कुंज बिहारी। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की, श्री प्रहलाद नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, श्री ताई गौ सुंदर की, पतित पावन प्रभुपाद की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। Starting from Kantra Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 25, entitled as Characteristics of King Puranjana, text number 21. पञ्चशिरसाहिना गुप्तां प्रतिहारेण सर्वतः अन्वेषमाणां ऋषभम् अप्रौढं कामरूपिणम्। पञ्चशिरसाहिना गुप्तां प्रतिहारेण सर्वतः अन्वेषमाणां ऋषभम् अप्रौढां कामरूपिणीम्। पञ्चशिरसाहिना गुप्तां प्रतिहारेण सर्वतः अन्वेषमाणां ऋषभम् अप्रौढां कामरूपिणीम्। पञ्चशिरसाहिना गुप्तां प्रतिहारेण सर्वतः अन्वेषमाणां ऋषभम् अप्रौढां कामरूपिणीम्। पञ्चशिरसाहिना गुप्तां प्रतिहारेण सर्वतः अन्वेषमाणां ऋषभाम् अपरौढीं कामरूपिणीम्। पञ्चशिरसाहिना गुप्तां प्रतिहारेण सर्वतः अन्वेषमाणां ऋषभाम् अप्रौढां कामरूपिणीम्। Word for word meaning: Pancha, 5. Sirsha, heads. Ahina, by snake. Guptam, protected. Patiharena, by a bodyguard. Sarvatah, all around. Anveshamanam, one who is searching after. Rishabham, a husband. Apraudham, not very old, Kama Rupinim, very attractive to fulfill lusty desires. Translation purport by Shlapupad Ki Jai. The woman was protected by on all sides by a five-hooded snake. She was very beautiful and young, and she appeared very anxious to find a suitable husband. The woman was protected on all sides by a five-footed serpent, a five-footed snake. She was very beautiful and young, and she appeared very anxious to find a suitable husband. Purport. The vital force of living entity includes the five kinds of air working within the body, which are known as prana, apana, vyana, samana, and udana. The vital force is compared to a serpent because a serpent can live by simply drinking air. The vital force carried by the air is described as the pratihara or the bodyguard. Okay. Without the vital force, one cannot live for a moment. Indeed, all the senses are working under the protection of vital force. The woman who represents intelligence was searching after a husband. This indicates that the intelligence cannot act without consciousness. A beautiful woman is useless unless protected by the proper husband. Intelligence must always be very fresh. Therefore, the word apraudham, very young, is used here. Material enjoyment means utilizing the intelligence for the sake of rupa, rasa, gandha, sabda, and sparsha. Of form, taste, smell, sound, and touch. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-salakaya Chakshunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Bande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Mishwaram. So it's a analogous story explained to King Parchina Parishat by Narada Muni. Characteristics of King Puranjana. This story is entitled as Characteristics of King Puranjana. So it's mentioned that King Puranjana, wandering here and there, he came inside a garden, and in the garden he came in touch with a very beautiful woman, and this woman was protected by all sides by five wood snakes. She was very beautiful and young, and so also she appeared to be very anxious to find a suitable husband. So in this verse, Prabhupada is saying that a beautiful woman is useless unless protected by the proper husband. Intelligence must always be very fresh. Therefore, the word apraudham, very young, is used here. Material enjoyment means utilizing the intelligence for the sake of Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, Sabda, Sparsa are form, taste, smell, sound and touch. So it's mentioned that the living entity here in this material world is for sense enjoyment, sense gratification. Because of this contaminated desire, we are in contact with this material world, and therefore we are forced to take different types of bodies controlled by our own desires. Then certain desires are prominent. To fulfill that particular desire, we get a suitable body. For example, elephant. Elephant is very strong and big in size, and he is very much attracted by female elephant, sea elephant, and especially he want to get touched by female husband, female sea elephant, and that is his weakness. Even though it's such a big elephant, very strong uh, animal, but he is actually controlled by small size man, because of this weakness. In the forest, a man will dig a big hole, and it covered with some dry grass, covered with some green grass, so outside it looks like it is plain. And then they'll put on other side a wooden form of sea elephant, and then this big elephant will pass nearby, and he will say this form of sea elephant, he'll get so allured that he will run to just brush her aside, just to touch her. And then as he is running, he will step up on this big hole covered with grass and fall inside. And then he will be left there only for weeks together, be very hungry. And then when he become very weak, they will take him out. And in this way, he will be forced to just carried by a small man. So this is the story of a elephant. He got an elephant body, we should remember, because he had this strong desire to get a touch from a female. Then another uh, deer is very fond of hearing nice music. Very fond of hearing very nice music. So when we are very fond of hearing very nice music, material songs, then we are actually provided by deer's body, because in that body is very suitable to enjoy that particular sense object. It is very deeply get absorbed in hearing, and God has provided, Krishna has provided him very special qualities, very active, very active. You can, even the tiger finds difficult to chase deer. Very active, can jump, it can turn this side, that side, and run very fast. But he is very easily caught by a hunter. Very easily caught. The hunter, what he does, he just sits inside a corner of a forest and he starts playing flute. And as if playing the flute, the music of the flute will go around, and wherever this deer is there, he'll get very absorbed in hearing, very attracted to hearing this music. And then, just to find out from where this music is coming, the deer, wherever the deer is, he will walk and come near the hunter. And hunter will be playing this flute, and when deer comes nearby, he'll put around a rope around her neck, and then take him to city or do whatever he likes. So how easily he's been caught. We see that how elephant has been easily controlled. And then there is another living entity is fish. Hmm? The fish is very fond of eating, tongue, very fond of eating. Hmm? If we have this desire to taste, to something, then actually we get inside the body of a fish, because in that body only suitable for exercising our this particular desire, taste, taste bud. So very, if we are very fond of eating, and then in all other bodies we cannot fulfill that kind of that level of desire. So we get a body of a fish, and then we stay inside a vast ocean. Hmm? And inside the vast ocean, it the fish swims very smoothly, and can go deeper inside, can go anywhere. To really catch the fish inside the ocean, is it possible? It's not possible. It's not so easily possible. But we see that a fisherman takes a small stick, and then just put some food on the other side, the rope, and just put inside that, and he starts. He's just busy in meditating on his own thing. The fish, wherever the fish is there, she will see that there is a food particle, food stuff is there, and she will go around and then come, and uh, she will eat that food. And then there is a thorn is there inside, it will get stuck to the mouth of the fish, and then fisherman will catch the fish out. The fish itself is coming. No need to do anything. Himself is coming and getting caught. And then the fisherman will take out the fish and sell it into market. People will fry and eat the fish. So why? Because there is so much control by this taste. Similarly, we have this uh, uh, bumblebees. Bumblebee is very, very attracted to smell. Very attracted to smell. So when we want to have this particular desire to smell, very strong, that we want to fulfill this desire, then we get this body of a bumblebee. Naturally, we will get the body of a bumblebee. This bumblebee go around one flower to another flower, and then he sits on the flower. We see that lotus will close in when the sun is setting up, and he keeps sitting there only. He is smelling, he is seeing is going to get closed, but he still is so fond of smelling, he does not try to leave that place. And then the lotus will cover the bumblebee, and then he will got stuck inside, and then some elephant will come and eat the lotus feet, and inside the bumblebee also will go inside his stomach. So bumblebee is finished. Is it possible for elephant to any time catch the bumblebee? Never possible. It cannot be, he can try to eat the bumblebee. But bumblebee just automatically, his life comes inside danger because of his being so much control of this smell. So we saw eyes. There's in the rainy season we see so many insects comes. The insects they have a very big, according to their size of body, their wings are very big. And this insect, they grow in this rainy season, and then they see some light is there, some fire is there. They get so attracted, they just dive with this big feather. They just enter inside the fire, and everything is burnt. You can see they can easily fly and go out away from the fire, but they themselves come and enter inside the fire. So their form. So when we attracted to the form, so similarly when the living entity has so much desire to see beauties, but attracted to the form, then he gets inside the body, because in this particular body that kind of desire, that kind of happiness one can experience. In all other body, it's not so suitable. That is designed like that. The whole gross and subtle body is designed like that. So see how is living entity, particular living entity is controlled by individual taste, form, tongue, taste, then sound, hmm, touch, all these different sense objects how is controlled, and how easily they become victim. So it's mentioned in Garuda Purana that this living entity, they get subjected to so much of suffering just because of they get attracted to one of the sense objects. What if living entity gets attracted by all these five together? What will be their destination? So actually the human being is like that. The human being gets attracted by all these five sorts of desires, five sorts of sense objects. So from all the sides, actually is become victim by all these five different senses. So it's a very precarious condition. So you see, form, taste, smell, sound, and touch. See that how Vishwamitra Muni, he was performing austerity and he just heard the jingle bell. Then Indra sent Menaka, and then she was just dancing, and he heard this sound and he was so attracted. He opened his eyes, then he saw the beautiful form of Menaka. Then he just was attracted to uh, smell coming from her body, and then he wanted to go and embrace her, and in this way he was completely finished all his austerities for so many years. He was performing austerity, all the results he lost. And then like this so many years passed away. We lost a very good opportunity. So how dangerous position is that, huh? So one has to be very, very careful. Uh, Especially in this human form of life, we have got this opportunity, we have got this intelligence where we can cultivate Krishna consciousness and go back to Godhead. In all other species, it is not there. Only in human form of life, it is there. But at the same time, there is a challenge also. Like we saw that elephant, though is very strong, but there is a challenge. Huh? Deer is so nicely can hear, but there is a challenge. And bumblebee can have a very nice smell, but there is a challenge for bumblebee. And then we saw that that insect in the rainy season comes, there is a very can enjoy the form, but there is a challenge on the same time. So similarly, though we have got this unique quality, this intelligence where we can cultivate Krishna consciousness and break the cycle of birth and death, we have a great challenge. And this challenge is coming from all five different types of senses, and we have to control all of them. We have to get not subjected uh, by them, and then we have to carry forward to progress in Krishna consciousness. So it says that practicing Krishna consciousness is like walking on the sharp edge of the razor. Because why this is compared like this, because the challenge is coming from all these sides. It's not so easy. We'll see practically also in our temples. We'll see devotees practicing in brahmachari ashram for 30 years, 40 years. Very, very few. There are lots of people, they join the temple, but then one point of time they will just enter into Grihastha ashram. And finally, very devotees who are practicing brahmacharya, is very, very few people inside ashram will be there. Because they get subjected to different kinds of challenges. So one has to be very, very careful. Uh, read the translation of this particular story, so that we will get a storyline clear. My dear king, once in the past lived a king named Puranjana who was celebrated for his great activities. He had a friend named Avigyata, meaning the unknown one. No one could understand the activities of Avigyata. So, who is Puranjana? Yes. And who is the friend Avigyata? The super soul. Okay. So there once upon a time there was a soul Puranjana, and he had a very nice friend whose name was Avigyata or super soul. King Puranjana began to search for a suitable place to live, and thus he traveled all over the world. Even after a great deal of traveling, he could not find a place just to his liking. Finally, he became morose and disappointed. So it is mentioned the living entity are wandering in this universe to fulfill the desires. It's a very vast universe, very very vast. It's said that our universe is very small, one of the smallest universe. There are universes million times bigger than this. 14 planetary systems are there. In that one planetary system, so many millions of planets will be there. Then so many different places wandering, and into so many different species, the 84 lakh species, living entities are never satisfied. Still the desires remain unfulfilled. So after wandering all in this species in so many places, the living entity is coming to this human form of life, this thing. So it's mentioned that he is wandering in all these places and he is becoming morose and disappointed because he did not find a suitable place. King Puranjana had unlimited desires for sense enjoyment. Consequently, he traveled all over the world to find a place where all his desires could be fulfilled. Unfortunately, he found a feeling of insufficiency everywhere. So many unlimited desires he is having. So we all have unlimited desires. We are always hankering for something. Sometimes people feel, why I am not happy? Why I am not happy? I want to be happy, but why I am not happy? You feel like that or not? It's very common. So why we feel not happy? Because our desires is not being satisfied. And why our desires is not being satisfied? How many desires can be satisfied? You have unlimited desires. In unlimited degrees also. You just suppose somebody is given a nice food. He wants to enjoy so much that he can never be fulfilled that desire for eating. So he remains dissatisfied. Even after eating food also is dissatisfied. So unlimited desires to such a great degree that is always remain unfulfilled, and therefore all of us feel unsatisfied, disturbed. There's a sloka, no, that where it is said that asantasya kuta sukham, person who is not peaceful, how he can be happy? Akamo sarva kamo va moksha kamodardi tivrena bhakti yogen yajet purusha puman. So because the living entity has this desire, kama is there, so he remain unsatisfied, very disturbed, not peaceful, unhappy. So this was the situation of uh, King Puranjana. He was searching everywhere, in different places, but he could not find his feeling. He feel insufficiency everywhere. His desire was still not fulfilled. So once, it's mentioned once, while wandering in this way, he saw on the southern side of Himalaya, in a place named Bharatvarsha, a city that had 9 gates all about and was characterized by all auspicious facilities. So, after wandering in all these places, Puranjana once now is coming into this place where we are there, and is getting inside this body, the human form of body. It has all auspicious facilities. So further it is said, the city was surrounded by walls and parks, and within it were towers, canals. 1 minute. It's mentioned that the city had 9 gates, and it all about 9 gates, and was characterized by all auspicious facilities. So like that we have a 9 in human form of type, 9 holes are there, and then one also can keep all these places clean and maintain it, and in this way uh, it is it says that it is auspicious by eyes, ears, nose, all this way. Prabhupada is writing, in India these 9 gates are kept clean by villagers who rise early in the morning, bathe in the well or river, and go to the temple to attend Mangala Arati, chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and take prasadam. Okay, this way one can take advantage of all the facilities of human life. So that city was surrounded by walls and parks, and within it were towers, canals, windows, and outlets. The houses there were decorated with domes made of gold, silver, and iron. So this gold, silver, and iron represent 3 modes. In the houses, there are 3 different types of uh, modes of material nature. That is the 3 different houses. And wall is represented by skin, and hair on the body is represented by parks. Nose and heads are compared to towers, and wrinkles and depressions and different parts of body are compared to trenches or canals. Eyes are compared to windows, and eyelids are compared to protective gates. So this is description about the human body. This showing that all the gates were maintained around in the inside city. Also there is a nice facility, everything is described. The floor of the houses in that city were made of sapphire, crystal, diamond, pearls, emerald, and rubies. Because the luster of the houses in the capital, the city was compared to celestial town named Bhogavati. So this is nice facility was there inside this body, and the capital of the city is considered the heart, consciousness. So it's compared. It is named as Bhogavati. This all desire of being manifested. The city, there were assembly houses, streets, crossing streets, restaurant, gambling houses, markets, resting places, flags, festoons, and beautiful parks. All this surrounds the city. So this is a further description about the human body. So on the outskirts of that city were many beautiful trees and creepers encircling a nice lake, and surrounding that lake were many groups of birds and bees that were always chanting and humming. The branches of the trees standing on the bank of the lake received particles of water carried by spring air from the falls coming down from the icy mountain. So this is describing about different types of senses and sense objects. Prabhupada is writing that six impulses is so strong that even by seeing, touching and talking, coming in contact with, or even thinking of the opposite sex, even in so many subtle ways, one becomes sexually impelled. Consequently, a brahmachari or sannyasi is prohibited to associate with women, especially in a secret place. So this is different sense and sense objects are compared with all different type of things. In such an atmosphere, even the animals of the forest became non-violent and non-envious, like great sages. Consequently, the animals did not attack anyone. Over and above everything was the cooing of cuckoos. Any passenger passing along that path was invited by that atmosphere to take rest in that nice garden. So after coming and saying all these things, he's saying that there was a nice peaceful family life, where everybody is cooperating, everything is good. When we people see that, oh, this is nice, everybody is happy life, happy home, then people get attracted. Yes, I also want that. So like that situation was there. It's nice body and there's nice surroundings and nice attractive arrangements, and also he's seeing the happy home. Then he wants to get inside. And then, uh, while wandering here and there in that wonderful garden, King Puranjana suddenly came in contact with very beautiful woman who was walking there without any engagement. She had 10 servants with her, and each servant had hundreds of wives accompanied him. So this uh, unlimited servants are compared by unlimited desires. And then uh, the 10 different servants are compared by 5 working and plus 5 knowledge senses. So in this way, each servant is accompanied by hundreds of maid servants, hundreds of wives. So in this further it is described, woman's nose, teeth, forehead were all very beautiful. Her ears were equally very beautiful and were bedecked with dazzling earrings. So this is how one's uh, body of intelligence enjoys the objects of sense gratification that covers it, such as smell, vision and hearing. So this how this intelligence gets caught by all different types of sense objects. And the waist and hips of the woman were very beautiful. She was dressed in a yellow sari and with a golden belt. While she walked, her ankle bell rang. She appeared exactly like a denizens of the heavens. So it's describing that how one by one the living entity uh, get caught in to have association of sense gratification, different senses. He wants to enjoy all different types of senses, and then finally, what happens? This whole story will go on like that. Then King Puranjana will get stuck in family life, and then he will spend lot of his life in that, and then once he will realize that he has wasted his so much time, then he will uh, renounce and then go to forest. Like that this whole story goes on. And then Parchina Barisat will he'll wake up, he will understand that Narada Muni is just saying this story, but it is actually reflecting my life. Then he will by mercy of Narad Muni he will realize, and then he will come out of his this all material family life, and he'll also go to forest, and in this way he'll make his life successful. This was the purpose of Narad Muni narrating this story. So just by so sophisticatedly he's preaching to King Parchina Barisat without offending him. He is such a big king and he's doing so much of sacrifices, is very famous, very powerful, and Narad Muni is meeting him, and he just told this story. After all that, King Puranjana understood, oh, whatever is mentioned, I am going to be subjected to like this. And he has already shown him that all animals are waiting for you. Whomever you have sacrificed, they are waiting for you to take revenge. So he's already shaken him up. And then he narrates this whole story. Then Puranjana really gets shaken up and he awakens, and he takes up Krishna consciousness very seriously, and he goes back to Godhead. So like this, uh, uh, many instructions are there for all of us, that we have to be very, very careful. Though this body has a lot of facilities to fulfill our desires, but there is a lot of challenges we have to face when we are trying to uh, uh, become devotees, practice Krishna consciousness. We have to be very, very careful, not fall the victim of all those things. That taste and all different type of senses, one should try to control this. And we can see that it is very difficult to control the senses. Uh, like for the elephant, not get disturbed by seeing a form of a sea elephant. For the fish, not is getting attracted to the food. So it's very, very difficult to control the senses. Actually, it is near to impossible. But how we can control the senses is mentioned in the Shastras, that how it is, simply living entity get attracted to this thing and fall into ditch. Same thing, if Rishi Kena Rishi Kesa Sevanam, if we engages all in the senses in the service of the Lord actively, then actually we can be saved. Otherwise, it's very impossible. So when we are engaging ourselves in service of the Lord, we should understand that what great fortune or great opportunity for us to get rid of, to become free from the, becoming victim from all these different senses. And another way of seeing is, though we try to fulfill all our desires to these senses, they remain unfulfilled. Therefore, we take from one body to another body. But the same senses, when engaged in service of the Lord, actually their desire are fulfilled. Why? How the desire are fulfilled? We have unlimited desire. And that desire cannot be fulfilled from the material objects. So, but when this our senses are in connection with the Lord, the Lord can fulfill all our unlimited desires, because Lord is unlimited. So when we engage ourselves in devotional service of the Lord, our desires actually get fulfilled. This gets spiritualized and fulfilled. We see that how the Lord performed Rasa Leela and he danced with gopis for one full day night of Brahma. The super excellency. All the devas were wonderstruck. What kind of performance is this? So similarly, when we are engaged in service of the Lord, all our unlimited desires are actually fulfilled, and the living entity becomes very, very happy and satisfied. So therefore, we should actively engage ourselves in service of the Lord through all our senses. Otherwise, there always remains opening for our being fallen into that track. Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Patit Panch Prabhupada ki jai.
Here was attracted towards the fruit of the empathy. So the same way, we are attracted towards that, but you have to eat the festival. And also it is said that to control the tongue, it becomes a problem. But that same problem we are taking up to the next sometimes. These things we have to be careful.
See how this helps us to become Krishna conscious. We have to see in that angle. Suppose if some newcomer is coming and he is tasting the prasadam and he wants to eat to the full neck, it's very good for him. He will eat the prasadam and he will come back again, because he knows that I will get full prasadam here. and he is, developed that attraction for prasadam, and he keeps coming. Whenever he will come, uh, along with prasadam, he'll also hear about Krishna. He will chant holy name. So in this way he'll get purified and advance in Krishna consciousness. So it's very, very good for him. But when we are serious and practicing in study way Krishna consciousness, and when we eat like that, then what will happen? If we eat full, then next what we will do? The next thing is, after eating we'll go to sleep. Correct or not? Suppose if you are not going to sleep, then some service is there we have to do, but we will not be able to give our 100% into the service. Because we will be thinking, oh, when I will be allowed to sleep, when how I can complete this. This is very difficult to do this seva. So half-heartedly we will do, and then we will find some way to go and sleep. So that thing will not facilitate our furthering Krishna consciousness. So another way of seeing is that we are actually not, we supposed to honor prasadam, not enjoy prasadam. Prasadam is not different from Krishna, so we are supposed to serve Krishna, not enjoy Krishna. But we become so greedy that instead of serving Krishna, we want to enjoy. So what happens that if we eat more, our health is spoiled. Prabhupada said that nobody dies by fasting, people dies by eating. So we eat more and more, and then we get caught with so many different types of diseases, and then we're not able to perform our sadhana also. So in that sense, it is this said in the this 24 lessons of Avadhuta, that one should eat very carefully. One should eat as much as is required. One should eat to maintain the body and soul. That is the purpose of eating. What is the purpose of eating? To keep the body fit. The purpose of eating is not to fill the stomach. That is not the purpose of eating. Then we have to again take medicine also, in the form of something to digest. But if we eat carefully, eat what is required, it will naturally get digested. That is what is our requirement, and what we can digest it. So beginning it is good, and later on when become more and more serious, then we should be careful, because it will harm us. It will not allow us to progress further. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Patit Panch Prabhupada ki jai.